Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, our state, and our country. We try to share what we can find that we think might be uplifting and will help us connect with our city and with each other. We take a look at your questions, ideas, and suggestions, and we try to connect the dots so that we can all have a wonderful experience here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English speaking locals living here permanently, sometimes part time, sometimes just for a weekend. But we try to connect whatever we can. Today is November 30th. Tomorrow is the first. Is tomorrow December 1st? Yes, tomorrow is December 1st. Ho, ho, ho. And I love it because Linda puts a capital letter Q at the beginning of her question. Any ideas for Christmas shows or concerts? Your question is so timely, Linda, and I'll explain why later on. But if you ask me right now, I don't have any specific ideas for Christmas shows or concerts in Puerto Vallarta, but I'm sure other things will start popping up. As always, we welcome everyone. We welcome those of you that are watching for the first time live. If that is you, whomever you are, please feel free to write the word new at the beginning of your comment. We'll give you a nice little welcome, nothing special, but we want to make sure that you feel at home. And as you mentioned, or rather, as we mentioned just a second ago, if you put a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment, then we'll know it is meant for discussion or appraisal or for sharing and whatnot. And today we're going to do a lot of that because we don't have a lot of news. And I asked permission to get on my soapbox later on to get something on my chest, off my chest, not on my chest, off my chest, that has been troubling me for some time. What? What? Our cluster Christmas gathering? So much fun last year. We had a Christmas gathering last year? I was not invited because I did not organize it. So I don't know exactly what that is about, Paula. So kindly elaborate on that. Let's get started. Okay. So, again, we don't have a lot of news today, but I am starting to wonder if there is a glitch in the matrix. I was starting to wonder this because we had gone through several weeks without a caca water report. But rest assured that if you've gotten used to the lovely stench of caca water in our tourism areas, as in Basilio Vadillo Street and surrounding blocks, you will not be disappointed once you get to Puerto Vallarta. It is still there for all visitors and tourists to feel the certainty that they've come home to paradise. That's right. The friendliest city in the world, the one that has the mayor with the highest approval rating or a very high approval rating, the mayor that has committed himself to addressing tourist related things as a priority. He's doing his job, as you can see. Uh, oh, I see. That's right. Last year we did, that's right. Last year we did a little shindig where people were able to win prizes. I had forgotten all about that. Um, I forgot all about that. Well, I suppose we can make one of those at some point. But anyhow, that was the news. The news is there's cacahuater out there. I see a lot of news right now about politics as pre-candidates begin to pop up, but we still don't know who the actual candidates are for all the different political parties. Um, um, so I'm going to try to continue to find interesting news for everyone as we move forward. Um, what is your take on menudo versus pozole? I don't think it's one versus the other. It's kind of like saying, what is your take on menudo on I don't know, hamburger versus hot dog. I mean, they're two entirely different dishes that are prepared differently, that are for different taste buds. So I don't put them one against the other. When I feel like eating menudo, I go looking for menudo, and when I feel like eating pozole, I go looking for pozole. I've been craving pozole because somebody mentioned yesterday that they had never tried pozole. And then, of course, yesterday afternoon, I went and found this excellent video on huitlacoche, the fungus that grows on corn that a lot of people love. And I had to fess up. I published it on our Facebook page, and I had to fess up and say, I've never tried huitlacoche ever, ever, ever. And I think it sounds like a gross idea. I know that a lot of people love it. But I'll come around to it. I will, I promise. Just like at some point I came around to eating crunchy grasshoppers, and they are absolutely delicious. Let's take a look at our weather just to see what's going on out there. Um, and then we'll get on the soapbox. Let's see. Weather. 27 degrees. Oh, Henry Kissinger. Oh, that's not nice. Henry Kissinger is finally dead. Anyways, here's your weather. Oh, well. 27 degrees, feels like 28. Humidity is at 68. Our weather forecast for today says clear skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a high of 29 and a low of 22. Tomorrow, Friday, humid with mostly cloudy skies through the day, a high of 29 and a low of 21. And Saturday, we can expect a humid day with overcast skies throughout the day, with a high of 28 and a low of 22. Red Cabbage has a fantastic huitlacoche quesadilla. That's good to know. Thank you very much, Albert. I think that's going to be the way to go about it. I will let you know when I try huitlacoche. And if anybody loves huitlacoche, I want to hear about it. Okay, I have one more bit of news that I want to share with you before we talk about something that is bugging me. But first, let me tell you that if you enjoy raicilla, and I'm thinking about you, Albert, because I know that you love your raicilla, our good friend Tony Mora is doing these Thursday raicilla tasting or raicilla tasting Thursdays at his place, La Bodega de Tony, and that looks like a wonderful opportunity for anybody that is interested in trying raicilla. Today is the day. It's going on from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and there's at least 4 other opportunities to enjoy a raicilla tasting. Apparently, it's 290 pesos with food and 190 pesos without food. I would be there in a heartbeat today if I didn't have previous plans, but that does look like a wonderful thing to attend if you like raicilla. And if you don't like raicilla, I cannot think of a better place and a better person to learn or to explore the intricacies of raicilla than our dear friend Tony Mora, who has been a wine purveyor in this city for many, many years. Finally opened his own wine bar a few months ago, and it is a beautiful place to enjoy a good sip of wine and raicilla, of course, along with a nice meal. And with that said, I want to get something off my chest, and I'm going to do so with the best of intentions without wanting to ruffle anybody's feathers. So that is a disclaimer. If my comment offends anyone, then I apologize ahead of time. And this has to do with attention span or lack of thereof as it relates to attending music events, live music events. And I went to one of those such events. I went to a talent showcase not too long ago. And my experience there made me appreciate what I will miss the most from Encanto closing. And what I'll miss the most is the downstairs theater. You know why? Because in the downstairs theater, it was quite possible and quite frequent of an experience to be surrounded by people who were committed to paying attention to the music and nothing else. No conversations, no blenders, no forks hitting the plate, just undivided attention to the music. Now, in my limited experience, undivided attention to music has to do with three very important factors that are related to one another. Of course, it has to do with our upbringing. Sounds nasty, but when you don't know that you are at a theater where you are expected to pay attention to what's going on stage, and you are talking over the talent, then one has to wonder how you were raised. And that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it, of course, is the talent itself. If the talent does not command the attention it deserves, then we have a problem. And the third aspect is the venue itself. If the venue does not gently enforce a certain protocol when you're enjoying music, it is very difficult to feel like you have to. So I was at this place and there was some great singing going on. There were a couple of vocalists that really blew my mind that are worthy of everyone's attention, and yet there were people talking. And we do that. I mean, there's a difference between going over to your next door, up to the person sitting next to you and saying, "Oh, I really love this song. Check out this next section," and then returning to what you're doing, and just and shamelessly just carrying on a conversation. So when we do that as audience members, what we're saying is we don't care about your singing. We don't care about your performance. When a venue is unclean, when a venue is chaotic, when a venue is not comfortable when it comes to temperature, or when a venue has packed people like sardines, then the venue is saying, we don't care about your comfort level. We don't care if you're too hot. We don't care if you're not comfortable here. And when a venue does not enforce some kind of protocol to appreciate the live music, then a venue is also sending a very clear message to the performers: we don't care about you. And this is problematic to me because here we are in this little town that sometimes feels like a big city and sometimes just feels like a rinky-dinky town, where some of us aspire to better talent or more diverse talent. So what happens when we get big names from other cities or other countries that come perform here, and they arrive in a town where there are no venues where they will be appreciated as they should? All that talent is simply going to spread the word and say, Puerto Vallarta is not ready. Puerto Vallarta does not appreciate what we do or respect what we do enough to pay us undivided attention when we are performing on our stages. Now, I'm not saying that is what happens every single time we go out, but it is sad to think that with the absence of Encanto's theater, there are less and less places in Puerto Vallarta where one can enjoy the pleasure and the gift of music without distraction. So, my question to you, other than going to the Church of Guadalupe, where can you go in town to listen to live music and enjoy live music? Where can we go in town to a venue that is not filthy, where service is not chaotic, where tickets were oversold, where the temperature is comfortable? It's sad. It's sad because the venues themselves don't seem to be interested in providing a comfortable experience for performers and for the audiences. My wish is multifold. Number one, as audience members, if you care about this, talk to your venues, the venues that you frequent. You know, a smart venue will stand at the door as you are leaving and will ask you, how did you enjoy yourself? So if you get that question asked, be eloquent as audience members. As performers, sometimes we fear that if we complain too much, we are going to be chastised and branded as a prima donna. So we're not going to be invited again. And venues, open your eyes and open your ears to what people have to say. You know, it's like be open for improvement and appreciate that sooner or later, venues that are more prepared to provide this very comfortable experience for all of us are going to show up, and they're going to fuck you up because you were not prepared and you missed the ball. Now, let's take a look at your comments. And thank you very much for letting me get that out of my chest. Lots of good mornings. Lots of good mornings. Oh, and by the way, if you're curious as to where I went, I'm not going to tell you, but I had a clear view of the piano on the stage, and there was a dirty straw on top of the keys. And the piano was filthy. It was dusty. I mean, if I was a famous piano player coming here from New York, and I was told, that's your piano, and your piano has a filthy, used straw on top of it, enough said. Lots of good mornings. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Marie Murdoch. I see that it is your birthday, so let's have, yes, one of those. Let's see. Good morning. I love it. Any idea for our... yeah, we covered that. I totally forgot that we did that, Paula. I haven't even gotten around to the idea. It is 30. It's November 30th. I suppose we can organize a Christmas giveaway. Let me see what we can do about that. Thank you for that clarification, Pat. I forgot that we had done it. Let's see. Boom. We answered menudo versus pozole. That's kind of like taco versus torta. Well, you can always update your hep tetanus shot right on that corner at La Jolla after walking through Caca. Well, that is killing two birds with one stone, I suppose. Let's see. What happened to the plastic bottle recycling bins on the street? Can find them anywhere. I didn't even know we had them, Sheila, but that's a good question for City Hall. I have no idea. I have no idea where they went. All this caca water is the shits. That deserves one of these. Let's see. Thank you for that, Claude. Again, it's the notion of the fungus that gives me the goo. But I know I'll get around to trying it at some point. Let's see. They have huitlacoche at tacos. Yesy, I had it on aguarache. I wouldn't say it's good or bad. I don't even know where tacos Yesy is, Brian. Maybe you can let us know so that we can go give it a go. Let's see. Claude says raicilla in San Sebastian is absolutely amazing. We purchased a few bottles, not many left. I love it. I love good raicilla. Mascota has great raicilla as well. Absolutely. And you know, after having said what I said, I'm happy to go and revisit this cue that showed up at the beginning. Any ideas for Christmas shows or concerts? Nope. Sorry, Linda. I cannot think of a place in town where you will be able to enjoy a quality musical or show experience in which everybody is going to pay attention to the music and nothing else. If somebody has some suggestions, I would love to hear them. Let's see. Going back to the other comments. Boom, 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 boom. If we are to attend a show, we should be listening and paying full attention. Why go if you are looking for a place to chit chat? Find another venue for that. You know, I actually have a theory on that, Claude. I think people want to socialize with other people. I think that's absolutely legitimate. It's unfortunate that some people don't understand that there are times for socializing, and then when the people on stage start actually doing what they do with their microphone or their instrument, it's time to stop socializing and it's time to pay some well-deserved attention. And some people don't appreciate that difference. I agree, Paco. One of my peeves is rude people yapping when the musicians are performing. Share your feelings. Share your feelings. If you go to venues, talk to the venue managers and let them know how you feel. Let's see. Drives me crazy when people talk over the performers. There is a jazz club here in Chicago which has a strict no talking. You don't even get a warning. You talk, you get booted. I appreciate that, Gary. And with that said, yes, there are certain shows in which audience participation and the banter and stuff like that, it lends itself to that, but not when you're going to go listen to music. Let's see. I appreciate the Bravo Paco, this Bravo Paco, that. Again, it's not about me. I have very specific ideas of what it's like for me to go and enjoy music, and that's what I need. If you need it as well, you know, talk to the venues, talk to the artists, make your opinion heard. If the piano is dirty, what about the kitchen? Oh, I don't even want to know. What is a music venue doing serving dinner? Is a mystery to me. I mean, either you are a restaurant with background music or you are a venue that provides concerts. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I heard someone complain about a recent show that was overcrowded and no ventilation, made it uncomfortable and difficult to pay attention. I was told, I wonder if it's the show that I went to. Betsy says, I too missed that downstairs at Encanto. You know, Encanto was not perfect. It had its foibles, starting with the owner. But at least one could enjoy people like Mark Hartman, like Seth Sykes, like Nico, like so many great names in which everything had to do with the music, and the experience was so rewarding. I hope that we can have experiences like that in Puerto Vallarta moving forward. But from the looks of it, it's not going to happen during this season. Thank you again for letting me get that out of my system. I don't know that it's going to help anyone, but it helped me. So I appreciate the selfish moment. And thank you for being here and spreading good news and sharing good vibes and all that good stuff. I will be back tomorrow, as always, with more coffee, more headlines, more stories, hopefully more news. I was a little disappointed that there weren't that many juicy bits this morning, but we will look and we will share what we can. Between now and then, stay happy, stay kind, express your thoughts and feelings, and I'll see you again soon.